So I actually ran across this author for the first time, Googling tips on how to go about your first writer's conference, because I'm doing that in April. Woohoo! Pretty excited. Yay! She wrote a really good blog post, so I just started looking into her a little bit more and all her books and everything. It turns out she's kind of an awesome person. She is a Christian author. So I decided to pick up this book of hers that came out last July, and I'm so glad I did, and now I want to share it with you because it is awesome. Fawkes by Nadine Brandes. I hope that's how her name is said. I don't know how to say her name, but her books are freaking awesome. That's all you need to know. This is a historical fantasy novel, so it's actually based off of the gunpowder plot of 1605. It's a true historical thing that happened. Guy Fawkes is like a name that most people will recognize, even not in England, because of V for Vendetta. You know, the mask, the Guy Fawkes mask. Anyway, that's what this is about. But it's not just like a historical rendition of this guy. This is actually really awesome because she got so creative with this. She created a world where they have color magic, okay? So like you can bond with a color. Like when you graduate high school, you bond with a color, like a blue, or hey, in the background green. I'm assuming green would be what I would bond with. You can control that color. So anything in creation or any kind of man-made object that is that color, they could control with their mask. They had to wear their mask though, and they had color power. So anyway, the story is about Thomas Fawkes, who is a made-up son, because there was never any record, like any official record of Guy Fawkes having children or being married. But apparently Brandes says that she found something in history that said that there was a son born, but that was it. There was nothing else about him. So she kind of took that and ran with it, as we writers like to do, you know. We like to make stuff up. That's what we do. So she made this incredible book. This is about the son. So his name is Thomas. He's 16 when we meet him, and he ends up getting kicked out of his school because your father has to make you the color mask that you're going to like do your color test, and that's your graduation test. And so Guy Fawkes sends him a letter on the day of his color test and is like, dude, I ain't gonna be there. Good luck. So of course, Thomas is like this much mad about it. So he gets kicked out because they're like, hey, if you can't pass the color test, then you can't be here anymore. So the plague that happened, you know, of course, a lot back in like Elizabethan? Can somebody check that out? The Elizabethan period had a lot of plagues. What she did was really cool is she took the plague, instead of making it just a typical plague, like it was the stone plague. So you would start turning to stone. So, you know, that was kind of like a normal thing. So it was a rough time to be alive. He made a foolish decision when he was like 14 or 15 and got the plague on his eye. And so he couldn't see through one eye, but it was just kind of contained to that. So he had an eye patch in the 17th century. So he was kind of a pirate. He was trying to cover up the plague. He didn't want anyone to know, because obviously he would have been kicked out of school way before, because ain't nobody want to be around the plague, especially when you turn into a gargoyle at the end of it. So this is the story when we meet Thomas, and he ends up being involved with the gunpowder plot because, you know, hey, I've never met my dad before and my dad's into this, so hey, why not kind of do it? So in order to be around his father and to get his mask, basically his father kind of holds the mask over his head like, you know, if you want to be a man or whatever, you want to earn it, this is how you do it. So he joins. Anyway, there's all kinds of other stuff going on. There's another character called Emma, who is the love interest for Thomas, and she is a year or two older than him. I'm not really sure about the age, but she has a big secret. She's always covered. She never takes off her mask, and she has a big secret that is awesome, and I love it. I love that twist in the story. It is so good. I can't 100% say I didn't see it coming, but I was really glad when it was revealed. What her story is. She has a really good story too, and she's just an excellent character in it. So I didn't have a problem with Thomas. Here's the thing. Characters have to grow in the novel, and if you don't have a trilogy to do that, it has to all happen in the same novel, and so it's a little more potent. You know, you start off with like a spoiled brat, and then you end up with a hero at the end, right? It's the hero's journey. So she did that. A lot of readers were put off by him and just felt like he was boring, and that the father-son relationship wasn't really delved into, and that Emma would have been a much more interesting main character and everything. I don't really disagree with that part, but I don't think that there was really any weakness in the story because of who the narrator was. I was not bored. I actually was very excited to keep going back to that story. So I don't know. People are strange. Everybody wants something different in a story. For me personally, she delivered in this, and I will be reading all of her books. I'm gonna go buy some right now. So again, it's called Fawkes by Nadine Brandes. Nadine Brandes? Brandes? I don't know. Anyway, go pick this up. I highly recommend it, especially if you want kind of a cool, like, Christian twist. Believe it or not, it actually did make me cry at the end. I actually did, because you kind of know what's going to happen, especially if you are familiar with the gunpowder plot and know the whole Guy Fawkes, like, storyline. You know how it's going to end. And yet, emotions. I had so many emotions about it, and I loved it, and I'm a fan of hers. So go pick it up. Highly recommend. 5 stars. Go do it. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time with my next book review. Bye, guys.